Now, I've already talked about the American weapons of World War II, but obviously they came in 2 years into the war. So now I'm going to talk about weapons of a combatant that's been in it from the start and actually started the war. And they are the German weapons. Now, in my previous video I did miss some weapons out, I'm sorry. But I go through the main ones, not all of them. So, I digress. Let us get into the German weapons, and we're going to start with the submachine gun. The submachine gun that everyone knows, and that is the Maschinen Pistole 40. A 32 stick mag, decent rate of fire, all in all, a really reliable submachine gun. And that was accompanied by the MG38. 28, sorry. Which was an evolution of the Maschinen Pistole 18, which was used during the Great War. Now, for assault rifles, there aren't many because this is the time where assault rifles were coming in. So you have the Sturmgewehr 44, or Storm Rifle 44 as it translates. This was the basis for many weapon designs in the future. It was the base for the design of the Avtomat Kalashnikov 47. It had a steady fire rate and held 30 in the mag. Now, these were used all the way up to the Battle of Berlin and beyond. Some can even be seen during German border patrols of the Berlin Wall. Now, also during the very last days of the war, you had the Volkssturmgewehr. Now, this was a rather unique weapon, to say the least. So, let's move on to the machine guns because everyone's dying to know them. And there are actually more here than what I mentioned in the US. So, the Maschinengewehr 15, mainly used on aircraft ball turrets. It had a massive rate of fire, but it was reliable. The Maschinengewehr 34 had a swivel receiver and barrel, so it was easy to change the barrels in the Tigers. The Maschinengewehr 42, Hitler's buzzsaw, 1,200 rounds a minute. Barrels were made more for these things than the actual weapons. And obviously to get them out you had to open up the side of the barrel, take them out, pop a new one in. Now, pistols become quite an icon for the German army. Well, not the German army, but the Americans. As the famous Luger P08 was a trophy to most Americans. If they could go home with one of them, they wouldn't ever need to talk about the war. They just pull it out and say, memories. But the Luger had been in service since 1908, and it was an incredibly reliable pistol. With a toggle action receiver, 8 rounds in a mag, you can't really go wrong. Now, the Germans didn't use shotguns as much as the Americans, but they did have one that they accrued to Luftwaffe pilots should they ever be shot down and need to hunt for survival. And that was the M30 Luftwaffe drilling. This was a double barrel shotgun, but also had a third barrel for your standard rifle bullet. This was to make hunting and survival much easier. So, obviously, they are the main weapons that everyone talks about that the German Wehrmacht used during World War II. Let me know what you think about these weapons in the comments below. Now, the next weapons video are going to be the British weapons, and I will see you on Sunday for the invasion that started Italy going mad.